Yep. All right. Well, let's get into this here.
Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 1 here. We are in the top 16 of the Warships Spring Championship North American bracket. Game 1 of a potential three-game set. This is going to be between BONKS and XP and Zaf. Talk to me about the XPN lineup as they spawn here on the north side of Sea of Fortune.
Well, XPN is coming into this map with 2 American battleships, so they want that flexibility that these American battleships bring to the table. On top of that, they've got, for their cruisers, 2 Henris, a Moskva, and a Nevsky. So 2 12-kilometer radars and plenty of mobility as well. So that's important. And then as far as destroyers, we have got a Gearing and 2 Darings. What do we got for Team Red?
From the south, BONKS zoning in with Montana of their own, marrying it to a Yamato, double Des Moines, and a Yoshino. Opting for a 4 destroyer lineup here. Marceau, Shimakaze, Harugumo, and that ever-present Ragnar we seem to keep seeing a lot of in competitive play here.
Yeah, now I want to point out real quick, the Shimakaze Todd Howard is using 20-kilometer torpedoes, so very important to keep in mind. I think we'll see an awful lot of walls of skill laid by that man.
Well, and they've deployed him over here to the western flank. Plenty of good torpedo lanes there. I said eastern flank. Plenty, I do that all the time.
Right.
Plenty of good torpedo lanes through the CCAP and up the 910 line. And it's almost a guarantee somebody from XPN will eventually end up on that 910 line. We can already see their Henris moving in that direction.
That's right. So, overall, looks like deployment is kind of what you'd expect, although I want to hone in north of B for a moment. Take a look at Vigireb's Moskva in a very interesting position, kiting away as Asherona, the Daring in B, now getting lit up by radar and at least 2 people from BONKS shooting at him.
Indeed. Arch Zero's Des Moines on the bottom end of B, stuck firmly behind an island, has got his radar up, is picking up Akarona. They're taking shells from both Nagato's Harugumo. Took an end from Dyer's Ragnar, well over on the southern end of the ACAP. Really impressive shots by Dyer coming in through this gap, honestly. His ability to land those through the island.
Really impressive shots by Dyer coming through this gap,
I don't think Asherono's
ability to land those
to lose this
through the
much
island.
points this
the
early
focus
in the
fire
game.
has just
He
been
probably figured,
tremendous.
okay,
I don't think
I'll be
Asherono's
lit for a little bit
to
on
lose
radar,
this
I'll be
much
shot at a little bit, but I'll be okay. And as you can see,
okay, I'll be
already
lit
down
for a little bit on
1/3.
radar.
Yeah,
shot at a little
down
bit,
below
but
half there, and a quick fire from Dyer. There's Ragnar.
Yeah,
It's a quick
down
fire on
below
his way
half
as
there,
well.
and
He's
a
already
quick,
used his DCP.
quick fire from
That's not available
Dyer.
for
There's
another 10
Ragnar.
seconds.
Gets a quick
His
battle
heal
fire on
has
his
also
way as
been
well.
used, so
Now,
for
he's
the
already
next
used his
40 seconds,
DCP.
that's
not
all the hit
available for
points
another
he's going
10
to have.
seconds. His heal has also been used. So
3.5
for the next
minutes
40
gone,
seconds,
and each
that's
team
all the
working
hit points
on
he's
a
going to
cap
have.
there. We saw the Marceau, that was Balbonks.
3.5 minutes gone, and each team working on a cap there. We saw the Marceau that was moving through
at the
A,
moment snuggled
picking
up
that
near
up,
Addie's
running
Des
out the
Moines on
opposite
this
side
flank
over
over
here,
on the 2
where
line.
he is
On the opposite end of the map, over down at the
Addie's Des
CCAP,
Moines on this
we're looking
flank
at
over on the 2 line.
the Daring.
On the
I
opposite
love
end
it
of
when
the
they do
map,
stuff
over
like
down
this
at
to
the
us to make us
CCAP,
say these
We're
names.
looking at
But yeah, they're
when they do stuff like this to us to
down
make
over
us
here
say
having
these
picked up the
names.
C caps of both teams, taking up the cap as Akarona now back into
Down
the
over
B
here, having
cap
picked up
very
the C caps
boldly.
of both teams,
Yeah,
taking up
I'm
the cap as
interested in seeing
Akarona
this
now
double
back
Henri.
into the B cap very
Nose
boldly.
down, nose south.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing this,
on the
this
9
double
line. I'm
Henri.
surprised to see both
Nose down, nose south.
Usually, the last
on
thing you
the
want to do in
9
an
line. I'm
Henri is get
surprised to see
stuck
both
bow
of
in.
them.
Yep.
sitting
Ordinarily,
like
when you
that.
see an Henri, they're
Usually, the last thing you
stern
want to do in an
forward,
Henri
stern
is
in
get
towards
stuck
the
bow in.
opponent,
Yep,
getting ready to
ordinarily
kite
when you see an
because,
Henri,
well,
they're
that's what Henris do really well.
stern forward, stern in
Mings
towards
is
the
trying
opponent,
to do that
getting
right
ready
now.
to
He's trying
kite
to get to a
because,
kite
well,
position.
that's what Henris
Unfortunately,
do
he's
really
got
well.
an island to his side.
Yeah, Mings is trying to
So
do that
I'm
right now.
looking
He's trying to get
at
to a tight position.
the
Unfortunately,
Montana,
he's got an
another fun
island
name
to
to
his
say on
side.
stream, and he
So I'm looking
looks
at
like he's not ready for that shot.
Montana. Another fun name to say on
Interesting.
stream, and it looks like he's not
Hopar's
ready for
lead
that shot.
Henri there, moving down the 9 line, had his
Interesting.
Hydro up, dodged all of those long-range torpedoes
Hopar's
from both
lead Henri
the
there,
Yoshino,
moving down the
that's
9 line, had his
Fratstar,
Hydro up,
and
dodged all of
Todd
those
Howard's
long-range torpedoes
Shimakaze.
from
And I
both
think it's worth
the
pointing out
Yoshino,
that
that's Fratstar,
BONKS
and
is coming with a
Todd
really
Howard's
solid strategy
Shimakaze.
for kind
And
of
I think it's
trying to
worth
slow
pointing
down
out
this
that
flank with the 20-kilometer
BONKS is coming with a
Shimakaze
really
married to the
solid
Yoshino.
strategy for kind of
Yoshino
trying
also
to slow
coming
down this
stock with
flank
those
with
20-kilometer
the
torpedoes.
20-kilometer
Well,
Shimakaze
we
married to the
always say
Yoshino.
when you do
Yoshino
competitive,
also
you have to
coming
pick a
stock
side
with
to
those
push.
20-kilometer
Rarely do
torpedoes.
teams
Well,
that
you know, we
evenly
always say
deploy
when you do
across the map,
competitive, you have to
know,
pick a side to
rarely
push.
are they
Rarely
successful.
do
Yeah.
teams
So
that
to
evenly
see,
deploy across the map.
to see this,
you know,
this
rarely are
deployment
they
makes perfect
successful.
sense
Yeah.
on that side
So
of bonks.
to
They're pushing
see,
strong over at A.
to
They're
see
developing
this,
that push. Look, the
deployment makes
Marceau
perfect sense
is
on that side
even
of bonks.
getting
They're pushing
into
strong over
Yeah.
A.
recap now.
They're developing that push.
Akarota
Look,
did pick
Marceau
up B, had to
is
duck out to the
even
north, has
getting
healed back some of his
into
HP, but now
recap now.
Balbonks is Marceau
Akarota
working
did pick
the
up B,
western
had to
side
duck
of
out to
that
the
cap.
north, has healed back some of his
Sea of
HP, but
Fortune
now
plays
Balbonks is
very
Marceau
quickly
working
because
the
of the
western side
proximity
of that
these
cap.
caps together. They're
Sea of Fortune
maybe a couple or 3
very
kilometers
quickly
apart,
because
right
of
through the
the
middle of the map,
proximity
and
of
so
these caps
moving
together.
from
They're
one to the other
maybe a couple
is
or
very,
3
very
kilometers
simple,
apart,
and it
right through
means
the
that
middle
there's
of
a
the
lot
map,
of
and so
tense
moving
can
from one to
play
the
where there's a lot of board
is
control
very,
changes,
very
and we're seeing
simple,
some of
and
that
it
here
means
early.
that there's a
Yeah,
lot
it's
of
interesting. So,
tense
you know,
play
that
where there's a
Moss
lot
I
of
mentioned,
board
the
control
turning weight
changes, and
position,
we're
is
seeing
now
some of
turning
that
around
here
going
early.
bow
Yeah, it's
in.
interesting.
But
So,
I don't
you
think
know,
he's
that
within
Moss
radar
turning
range
weight
just
position
yet.
is now turning
Oh,
around
he
going
could actually
bow
pick
in.
up Bussy if he
But I
wanted
don't
to
think
with that
he's
12-kilometer
within
radar.
range
Electing
just
not to,
yet.
though.
Oh, he could actually pick
Interesting.
up Bussy if he wanted to. with
Over
that
at the C
12-kilometer
cap,
radar.
kind of the
Electing
top
not
end
to,
there,
though.
we're having a look at
Interesting.
the
Over
XPN
at the C
Ohio
cap,
that's
kind of the top
balling,
end there,
kind
we're
of getting
having a
farmed
look
out
at
here. Shells
the-
coming in
the
from Arch
XPN
Zero's Des
Ohio
Moines
that's
and
balling,
Battleship Nagatos
kinda getting farmed out
Harugumo.
here.
And I think
Shells
even
coming in
the
from Arch
Montana
Zero's
down there
Des
was
Moines
lobbing
and
some
Battleship
HE yet a minute
Nagatos
ago.
Harugumo.
He's down
I think
about coming up
even
on
the
half
Montana
HP. He's
down
having
there
to
was
back off the
lobbing
top
some
of that
HE a
cap.
minute ago.
Bonks does
Down
flip the B
about
cap
coming
though.
up on half
Balbonks
HP,
Marceau
he's having to
works
back
in,
off the
gets
top of
that
that
done,
cap.
and has now kind of
Bonks
reversed
does
back.
flip
He's
the B cap,
safely
though.
ensconced in this
Balbonks
gap
Marceau
over here
works in,
in between
gets
B and
that
C.
done, and has now
Right.
kind of reversed back. He's safely
And that's
ensconced in
actually
this
a
gap
very.
over here.
I mean, so
between B and
now,
C.
if you
Right.
think about it, if you're XPN, how do you get back
And
into
that's
this
actually a
game?
very. I mean, so now.
The
if
destroyer
you
health
think about it, you're
disparity,
XP,
I think, is
how do
going
you
to
get
work
back
against him
into
a little
this
bit,
game?
right?
Yeah.
And we talked about it
The
briefly a minute
destroyer
ago.
health
Sea
dis-
of Fortune is a map that very commonly you see a lot of like board control matters on this map
Is
a
a map
whole lot.
that
By which I mean
very
cap
commonly
control. I
you
should
see
have
a
been more
lot of,
specific.
board control
And
matters on this map.
it can be very
a whole
tenuous
lot,
because
by
of
which I
how
mean
quickly
cap
you
control.
can
I
get
should have been more
from
specific.
one cap to the
And
other. By
it
bringing
can
in
be
4
very tenuous
destroyers,
because of how
Bonks has kind of put themselves in a position to basically say, look, we are going to pick up the cap control, we are going to hold it, and force you to come play our game if you want to lead. And we're just coming up on about 8 minutes into the game, not too long ago, Bonks did move out to their first lead of the game.
Now look at the Ohio. Ballin' Cupcakes is 20 seconds away from being able to heal. He's
Now,
currently being
the
farmed.
Ohio
His
Ballin'
DCP is
Cupcakes
active.
20 seconds
So
away
I think
from
he'll
being
be
able
okay.
to heal.
But long
He's
term,
currently being
he
farmed.
doesn't have that much
His
time left in
DCP
the
is
game. I
active.
think.
No, they've done a brilliant job
So
of
I
just
think he'll be
soaking up as much
okay,
HE, of much of his
but
health as they
long
can
term,
with all the
much,
HE shells
much
coming
time
in. And
left
yep,
in
there's
No,
Merc
they've
as
done a brilliant
HE
just
shells.
soaking
Landing,
much
he's down to
HE of much
3K
health
right
they
as his
can
heal
with
comes
all the
up.
HE
That's
shells
right. The
coming in.
Montana
Yep,
is now
there's
a
Merc's
flame
HE
10,
shells
ladies and gentlemen.
landing. He's down to
You almost
3K
have to
right
wonder
as his
if
heal
they
comes up.
spec'd it
That's
for
right,
that.
the
Because if you
Montana
look
is
at
now
the
a
map,
flame
right,
10, ladies and
you've
gentlemen.
got the
You
Yoshino, the
almost have to wonder
Shimakaze,
if they
and the
spec'd
Montana
it for
all
that,
in the
because
same
if you look at
flame.
the map, right,
And HE
you've got
spamming
the
a flame
Yoshino,
Tana
the
build like you were
Shimakaze,
talking
and the
about
Montana
would
all
make
in the
sense
same
in that kind of a
flame.
matchup. Or a
Absolutely.
pair.
HE spamming
Absolutely.
a flame Tana build like you were talking about.
Oh,
would
big
make
hit
sense
there.
in that
Big
kind of a
HE hits.
matchup.
He's going to get this healed off. It's almost winding down, but in the end, the net gain is only going to be about 6,000 or 7,000 HP.
It's
And
almost
he's still
winding down,
40
but
seconds away from
it's-
his
in
next
the
heal.
end, the
If
net
I'm that
gain is only
Ohio
gonna be
man,
about 6,000 or 7,000
I'm just
HP.
diving the
and he's
island.
still
I'm saying to
40
Howard
seconds
trying
away
to get
from
any
his next
shots
heal.
in. He just
I'm
fired
that
back
Ohio
at
Yeah.
the
man.
Montana.
I'm
Screw
just
that.
diving
Get to
the
the
island. I'm
island
saying
as
to
quickly
Helvey,
as
I'm not gonna
possible.
get any
Yeah, I
shots
think
in,
the
you
only
just
way they're
fire
going to
back
preserve
at
this ship is
Montana.
if they get him up
Screw
close
that,
to this
get to
island,
the
get him into
island
hard
as
cover. He
quickly as
still has
possible.
2
Yeah, I
heals
think the
left.
only way they're going to
He can
preserve the
recover his
ship is if
HP
they
back
get
up to
him
30 or
close to this
40K.
island, get him
On
into
fire
hard
now.
cover.
He takes
He
a
still has
fire. He's
2
about
heals
10
left.
seconds away from his
He can
next
recover his
repair.
HP back up to
They're going
30
to
or 40K.
barely sneak him
On
through.
fire
Maybe
now.
or is
He
he going
takes
to go
a
down?
fire. He's
I think
about
he's
10
okay as long
seconds
as
away
no other
from his
shells
next
don't hit.
repair.
2-1.
They're
one.
Barely sneaking.
Oh, he managed
Just
to
saved it.
420 hit points on Ballins, Ohio. He's still lit
Oh, he manages
as his next teal does finally come available.
On Ballins, Ohio, he's still
Wow.
lit.
Yeah, well, that's the
As his
strength
next
of that
heel does
Ohio.
finally
Right?
come
Get that
available.
quick reload on the heel.
Tons of pressure on this opposing battleship.
that's
Look
from
at Todd
Ballins.
Howard's Shimakaze.
Yeah, they've caught him out here. I'm not quite sure how.
Tons of pressure on this
The
opposing
daring moved up to
battleship.
pressure him, and I'm guessing that Mosfer
Yeah,
radar in the
they've caught
middle,
him
that's
out here. I'm not
Vigirevs,
quite
must
sure
have
how.
picked him up long enough
The
for them to
daring
get a
moved
lot
up
of good
to
shells
pressure
into
him, and
him.
I'm guessing
Yep,
that
he's on
Mosfer radar
fire,
in the middle,
engines
that's
out.
Vigirevs must have picked him up
DCP
long
is
enough
down for another
them to
10
get a lot of good
seconds.
shells in.
Yep, he's
Forced
on.
to
Oh,
make
they're going to
it
get
deep.
him, Zath, right here.
Oh, almost.
10 seconds.
He's so
Nope.
close.
Oh, they're gonna get him,
470
Zath,
HP.
right
They just got to
here.
fish
Go
for him
fishing.
in that smoke.
French radar.
So
No.
close, 470
XPN's
HP.
daring,
They just
still
get
going
him.
for it.
Smoke.
They haven't.
French
Nope.
radar, get him.
Nope. I can't believe it. He's managed to sneak away on
XPN's daring, still
477
going
hit
for
points.
it. Haven't, nope.
Wow.
Goodness
I can't
gracious.
believe it. He's managed to
Yeah,
sneak away
so
on
that daring
477
being
hit
forced
points.
back on the
Goodness
help
gracious.
of that Harugumo.
Yeah, so that
to-
daring being
Just he
forced
can't
back on the
press
on
like
the,
he
No,
wanted to.
top
no,
of
he
that
can't.
Harugumo.
Halfway mark of the game here.
Just
We're a
you
little
can't-
past
you
it
can't
now.
press.
BONKS out to about
No,
130
no, you
point
can't.
lead.
Halfway
Still
mark
building.
Of the
They
game
still
here.
have all
We're
the
a little
cap
past
control
it
in the
now.
world.
BONKS
We
out to
haven't
about 130
seen
point lead.
a concerted
Still
effort
building. They
from
still have all
XPN
the
to try to
cap
break
control in
into
the
one of
world.
these
We
caps. I don't
haven't
think they could get into the A cap if they
a
wanted to.
concerted
They
effort
might have a play at B,
from
but it's going to
XPN
be
to try to
tight.
break into
Yeah.
one of these caps. I don't think they could get into the A
They
cap.
really
if
need to
they
pick up a
wanted
kill.
to.
I
They
think the
might
only
have
way
a play at
that
B, but it's
XPN
gonna
is
be
going to
tight.
really
Yeah.
make an impact here is they're going to have to bag a kill
They
somewhere.
really need to pick up a kill.
They
I
almost
think
had
the
that
only
on
way
Shimakaze.
that
Oh, that
XPN
would've
is
been
gonna
huge
really
if they'd picked
make
up
an
those
impact
points.
Here is they're going to have to bag a kill somewhere.
They almost had that on the
But
Shimakaze.
it's
Oh, that
interesting.
would've
You
been huge
mentioned
if
these
they
maps
picked
go
up those points.
fast,
Yeah.
but I mean, we haven't had a kill yet, and we're
It's
just
interesting.
past
You
the
mentioned
halfway
these
mark.
maps
We're
go
11
fast.
minutes in the
Yeah.
battle.
Well, you say that now,
I
but
mean,
Yimmy's
you haven't had a
Yimmy's
kill
on
yet.
Ree over here on the
Just
3
past
line
the
north of the
halfway
A cap,
mark.
getting
Yeah.
very low. 3
Well,
or
you say
4
that
different
now,
ships
but Yimmy's
focusing
on
him
Ree
out
over here on
now.
the 3 line
He's
north of
trying
the A
to
cap, getting
speed
very
boost
low.
and press
3
up
or
to where he's
4
got
different
island cover,
ships
but he's not going to get
focusing
it.
him out
No,
now.
it's not. He's
He's
healing,
trying
but
to
sooner or
speed
later they're
boost
going to
and
land enough
press up
shells,
to
and
where
there
he's
he
got island
goes.
cover, but he's not going to get it.
Yeah,
No,
Des
No,
Moines AP
he's
just
healing,
said,
but
nope.
sooner or later they're going to land enough shells,
done.
and there he goes.
First kill of the game
Des
goes
Moines
to
AP
BONKS
just
to
said,
pad
nope.
their lead over 250
You're done.
points now. 8 minutes to play.
First kill of the game goes to BONKS to pad their lead over 250
Captain Clanky's
points.
Montana is
now,
going
8
to take
minutes
at least
play.
one of these torpedoes amidships. These must be, yep, these are Marceau torpedoes, so
Captain
that
Clanky's
actually
Montana's
hurts
gonna
pretty
take at least
decently.
one of these
That's
torpedoes amidships. These must be
Props
these are
repair.
Marceau
He's the new
torpedoes,
farm
so that
target
actually
now
hurts pretty
For
decently.
Dyer's Ragnar, Addie's Des Moines,
He props repair.
Foul
He's
is
the new
Marceau
farm target
quiet
now.
for the moment.
For Dyer's Ragnar.
Nope, now he's pitching
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
As soon as I said something,
Yeah, as
he
soon as
opened
he said
fire.
something.
It was like I dared him.
Well,
Now he's
so
pitching
he
in.
saw the
As soon as I
DCP.
said
So
something,
he
he
saw
That's
the
right.
DCP.
That's right.
He's going to go for
The
it.
torpedo on the Montana basically meant that he had to
That's right.
run the damage
go for
control.
it.
The torpedo
And that
on
makes
the
it
Montana
worthwhile for
basically meant
BONKS
that
to
he
start
had
throwing
to-
his guns
he
in.
had
So
to-
20 seconds of immunity
run
after
the
that.
damage
Start the
control.
fires
Right,
again.
that
As
makes
you
it
can see,
worthwhile for
we have
BONKS
sticky
to
fire
start
going
throwing
on the
his guns in.
Montana
So
already.
20 seconds of
Now all
immunity
these
after
HE
that,
shells are
start
coming
the
in the
fires
same
again.
spot.
As
I'm
you can
surprised
see,
that they're not
we have
trying to
sticky
walk
fire
over
going on
the hull
Montana
more.
already.
There,
All
now they're
these
starting to
HE
do
shells
that.
are
It's like
coming
they're
in the same
listening to
spot.
us.
Yeah.
or something.
They're not trying to walk
But
over
yeah,
the
I mean,
hull more.
Okay,
There, now they're
congratulations.
starting
Got
to
the
do
fire
that.
in the
It's like
midsection.
Yeah.
Move on to the front
Yeah.
or the
Well,
stern.
and it
like
takes
bow or
time.
stern.
It takes time to adjust your
Okay,
fire, but the problem
congratulations,
Clanky's
got
got
the
now
fire
is he's
in
stuck
the
bow
midsection.
in.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
only a
it
matter of
takes
time
it
before
takes
he
time
goes
to
down
adjust
here,
your
probably
fire, but the
seconds
problem
away.
he's got now
He's
is
trying
he's
to
stuck
take
bow
Arch
in.
Zero's Des
It's
Moines
only a
with
matter
him.
of time before
He
he
doesn't
goes down
succeed
here,
with that
probably
salvo, and
seconds
he's going to
away.
go out right here.
He's
That's
trying to
gonna be
take
it.
Arch Zero's
That's seconds
Des
away
Moines
from
with
a
him.
win. A 2-ship
Doesn't
lead.
succeed with that
5
salvo,
seconds on
and
the
he's gonna go
timer.
out right here.
BONKS is going to win game 1
That's
here
seconds away from a
and
win.
take a 1-0
Two-ship
lead in the
lead.
best of 3 series. He's going to have to
Seconds
go
on the
back
timer.
into
BONKS is gonna
the
win game
back
1
into the
here
studio and have a
take
look
a
and
1-0
see
lead in the best
what
of 3
XPN
series.
does
He's gonna
in
have to go
between
back into
games
the,
to
back into
kind of
the studio
adjust
and
as
have a
we
look
kind of
and
get ready
see
now to
what
look at
XPN does
Tears
in between
of the
games.
Desert.
That's right.
To kind of adjust as we
So
kind of get
let's
ready now
throw it
to
back to
look
the
at
studio.
Tears